Whatever's in this cave, Fury wanted me to see it. This looks like Pym's work.
It is.
That's...
And here we are for part 3. Thank you very much for joining me again, guys. If you watched the other 2 parts, I am very, very thankful. We've only got one more to go after this, so let's get into this one here. A few things I do want to mention is that I do have another game that I want to play and do another video on after this. And also, I am going to be starting up a Twitch channel, so if anyone does want to watch that, I will be chucking that up as soon as I figure out how to get it up on my Instagram page. My Instagram will be shown at the end of all this, so stick around if you want to know what it is, or fast forward to the end. Or don't, because, you know, watch everything. Alright guys, let's get into this. As per usual, gameplay is the first thing we're going to be reviewing. But to be honest, there's nothing really new about it. It's more of the same stuff, you know. What can you really talk about? I mean, it is the game. Well, I can't change everything too much, otherwise you'll be playing pretty much a brand new game each part. So you can't be too, you know, annoyed about that. But I was hoping for a few extra bits and pieces. I don't know what, but something extra. 2 good things that I do want to talk about is that I absolutely loved Hawkeye. I loved his fighting style. It was completely different to Kate Bishop's, which, you know, considering he was her mentor, is a bit, I guess, odd, but I do like that it's not the same. The uniqueness of all the characters really is a big plus for me. And so many enemies trying to attack you actually worked in this one. I don't know what it was. I guess it's because they're robots and it's fun to kill them, or it's the fact that I was trying to do all my hero card stuff. So you see the challenge cards there that I'm going into now. You can see that there's different things. So it really helped that there were so many enemies to try and attack and do that stuff with, so I could get through it all. As you can see, you've got your progress up there. It goes through things that you can unlock as you go along. 2 bad things that I didn't like was that there's nothing new, and it was the same old sort of stuff except for Hawkeye. But like I said before, you can't change the gameplay too much, otherwise you're playing a new game each and every time. The other thing is that what you saw just then when you're trying to unlock everything, there's an active hero card that you need to have on there to unlock stuff when you're doing your daily and weekly challenges. Thing is, if you don't have an active card on one of those, then you don't get it at all. And that was kind of annoying, but I'll be more talking about that a little bit later on. Anyway guys, enjoy the clip of Hawkeye fighting here. Now there are going to be some spoilers along the way as we go, especially in the next part. If you don't want to hear them, I would suggest to stop watching now. Otherwise, if you're not too fast, stay tuned. Oh, just before I forget as well, the score that I'm giving gameplay is 7 out of 10.
Let's take it from the top.
So, as usual, story is the next thing that we're going to be going through. Now, it's going to be really hard to talk about the story without giving the plot away. So, for the final time, if you don't want any spoilers, do not listen to the rest of this. Otherwise, let's get into it. So, the plot obviously is amazing. I absolutely love time travel. It is one of my favourite things to do, and this one delves into it. You actually get to travel through time, you get to see, you know, a dystopian future and everything like that. I think it's great. So the 2 good things about this is the fact that it does naturally flow on from part 2, Taking Aim with Kate Bishop. It picks up the story pretty much from where you left off, and that is awesome. I love the flow on from it. And the way they ended this really wants you to play the next part to see how they end this. The next part is, I've no idea how it's going to go, and that makes it awesome enough for me to keep wanting to play. The 2 bad things is that the dystopian future is a cliche. It happens again and again in, you know, superhero stuff and all that, like superhero movies, comic books and all that sort of stuff. I mean, it's kind of obvious that it's going to happen. I guess it's to keep the story driven, but, you know, what else can you do? The other thing is that it only really utilised 3 characters in cutscenes, and all the team that you had didn't really get much of a say in it, which kind of was a bit pointless to me. Why bother having the rest of the team if you're only going to have a couple of people in it? But that's really it for story. I'm giving that a 7 out of 10. Alright, so the sum of gameplay and story is engagement. Look, to be honest, this did keep me engaged purely because of the story. I absolutely loved the fact that as time travel, I keep saying absolutely, and it is starting to annoy me, and it'll probably be annoying the rest of you guys as well. The only thing is that obviously the dystopian future is so cliche and obvious that it kind of was a bit boring. The only thing that got me through it was the fact that I was playing as Hawkeye, and I was doing all the hero cards and all that sort of stuff to try and get more and more stuff. That really kept me going in this one. There was a few cool bits and pieces of the story in it, and I thought that it really does explain what happens. Well, not well, but it gives you that mystery of, ooh, how are we going to stop this from happening? But other than that, guys, I can't really say too much more about the engagement. I mean, it'll keep you wanting to play, but I mean, you can always have a few nights off. You're not wanting to rush home from work or get up in the morning and play it. So I'm going to give this 7 out of 10.
Thanks, Hawkeye. Guys. Hawk persons.
Get somewhere safe. We've got a truck to catch.
Stop the truck! Stop the truck!
They don't
Now let's talk about the environment. So, two good things was the fact that the dystopian future, as you can see right now, looked cool as hell. It was something that I like, apart from all like the oranges and the yellows and stuff that was in it. I thought it was really cool that the background had lots of downed ships. You can see there's that big massive hand, there's like shield ships all over the shop. It's really cool that they've done it that way, so it makes it seem like a massive war has been fought. Cool as. And look, the maps in the future, the part that I'm doing now, were huge, so you can run around and do a lot more stuff. If you are using, say, like a Tony Stark, or you're using a Thor, you've got a lot of stuff to fly around in, which is awesome, and it'll give you a lot of space. Now, the two bad things was that there was nothing new in it, like no different environment sort of thing apart from the maps. The barrels and all that were the same. Enemies all still look the same. Like it was kind of a bit, you know, how to do really. And the other thing was that the past maps, when you were playing in the past, felt small and cramped again, and that they were tunneling you to where they wanted to go. It's not like you could explore, but there wasn't much to explore because I guess they were trying to get you to finish that part to get to these parts. So for an environment, I'm giving it 5 out of 10.
Ooh, we can't catch a break, can we? Chicken?
And that takes care of that.
Alright guys, so just before I give my overall score and all the other scores together, two things that I did like about this was Hawkeye and how the story ended. absolutely cannot wait to see how it goes in part 4. Two things I didn't like was that present day maps, I felt like they were really small and I was being tunneled again. I hate that. The other thing is that you need an active hero card to unlock certain costumes as you're going through the task challenges, which I would rather just be able to either pay or go through the game and unlock it that way. This one is you can either pay for it or you have to pay to unlock the active hero card to then be able to get that. I mean, what the fuck is with that? Let me work through it or let me pay for it. Don't make it that I have to pay to be able to do it. Like, I don't understand how that works. But anyway, it's time to calm down. So for the very first one, which was gameplay, I'm giving that 7 out of 10. Story, 7 out of 10. Engagement, 7 out of 10. And environment, 5 out of 10. For an overall score of 7 out of 10. So just to end here, guys, I've nearly finished the main campaign. We've only got one episode left. I have another game ready to play, and episode 4 won't be a review. It's just going to be me showing you some of the things that I thought were pretty cool as I did. Despite all the negative reviews and stuff that I've heard about this game, I am really enjoying it, and I am starting a Twitch channel, which I'm going to finish off a few of these things on that if you guys want to join me as soon as I figure out how to show you that link. Shout out to all my new Instagram followers. My @ is at the end credits there, so if you do want to join in and being part of that community, it's going to be at the end. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel just so I can see the notifications. It makes me feel special. Alright guys, I'm going to talk at you next time.